Hi, my name is Giovanni and I'm the Director of the British Martial Arts and Boxing Association, and we just really wanted to touch base with all of you guys, our members, our supporters, our followers, and give you an update on where we are, because the last couple of months have been a bit hectic for us, as some of you will know if you've been in recent contact with us, and quite a lot's been going on behind the scenes. So rather than trying to get all of this into a blog post, we're following the feedback we've heard from a lot of you all that you'd like to hear or see more vlogs, video updates, podcasts, etc., not just written words. So that's something we're happy to do. I'm speaking to you now from our brand new offices, just been opened here in Petworth in West Sussex. We are still retaining our London offices. That will be our servicing hub going forwards. But here in West Sussex, what we're doing here with the office you see behind us now, that's almost complete, is actually opening a new operations hub. And the idea is here that we can bring together a team of people, a fairly intimate, close-knit team of people. We've got room for around about sort of 7 or 8 people here, myself included, to take care of the day-to-day running of the association. So from a London office, we do handle a lot of different bits and pieces. At the moment, all of our traffic goes through there. But going forwards, it's going to be the better place for our voluntary team to work from and to communicate with. And here in Petworth, we can have our full-time guys and girls working here instead. So when you have student registrations, renewals, instructor registrations or renewals, general queries, phone calls, whatever it might be, you'll shortly be coming through here to the Petworth office. It's going to be really beneficial for us all. It means things like a landline number, no more premium rate numbers. It means there'll always be someone on the end of the phone to answer your calls and queries, and not just our London reception team, but actually somebody who can answer the question you have. And really, we're hoping it's going to significantly improve the response time. So to give you an idea of the speed at which we've grown, last year we closed on around about 7,500 students. This year already, and we're only in April now, this year already, we're actually passing the 12,000 student mark. And if we continue on the current trend, by the end of this year, we'll have 24,000 students under the association. So the number of instructor registrations as well has just gone crazy over the last few months. It's probably thanks to our sort of appearances in newspapers, on the media, some of the awards we won, etc., which is all fantastic, but it has knocked us back a little bit in our ability to respond to you as quickly as we'd like, and to be, for example, on the end of the phone. You know, when we were much smaller and there's only sort of a few hundred members, that was possible to always be available, but now we have several thousand members. For example, my time, I would be on the phone all day, every day, and I actually get no work done. So we're hoping here the operations hub, the new operations team we're recruiting and bringing on at the moment, will help us really respond quickly. And we'd like to get to the stage where really student registrations are turned around within a day. Your renewals, instructor registrations are turned around once proof of grade's on board for new registrants, but for renewals especially, within a couple of days. So that's where we're aiming to go. The operations hub here is open to all of you. So if you are in West Sussex and you want to pop by and say hello, you want to stop for a coffee, there's a lovely bakery across the road as well. You are welcome here. As always, just make sure you book an appointment first, because different times of day, some of us are coming and going. We want to make sure the right people are here for you if you do pop by. We will share all the new contact details for the office, and we'll introduce you to the new operations team as and when they come on. We're hoping to have the first couple of members of staff here within the next few weeks. It will mean a faster response to emails, and we really appreciate that all of you have been waiting so patiently over the last couple of weeks. It's been carnage, absolute carnage, moving offices from London to here, and obviously whilst we keep the London office open, having to sort of move bits and pieces, waiting for telecoms to set up, internet, equipment, etc. So we really appreciate you bearing with us. We're hoping over the next couple of days to get a bit more normality back, and we'll catch up on outstanding student registrations and renewals, and we'll try and sort of catch up on the backlog of emails. And over the next week or so, we should resume sort of normal response times whilst we wait for the new team to join us here. And then you'll notice a fairly sort of immediate change once they're with us and they're trained. You'll notice the new names on the footers of emails. You'll hear their voices when you call the office, and you should see a fairly immediate increase in the sort of turnaround times for us. So as well as this, as an association, we've been really enjoying some rapid growth over the last sort of 2 or 3 months. I mean, we've grown more actually since October to now, the sort of 6 months window in which we sort of committed full time, if you like, to the association. We've actually grown more in that 6-month window than we did in the previous 5 years of sort of doing it part-time and voluntarily basis. So it's really exciting. We still have the voluntary team, we still have the voluntary committee, we still have a lot of people volunteering their time to help the association grow, but with a sizable, or sort of slowly becoming a sizable full-time staff as well. It's really, really helping us reach more people and do more things. So we will consult with you all properly and we'll update you all properly on this as the developments come through. But over the next couple of months, we're going to try and just move the association forward a little bit more. And this is our sort of thinking at the moment. So for us, when we started to pick up awards, the sort of end of 2018, early 2019, it's really focused our mind on what we do as an association and what all of you do on a daily basis and what we can do to grow. So the micro association features, if you like, the sort of tools and resources and things you get with your membership, we will always continue to improve what we offer you. And that's been something that we've done since day one, since 2012. Our insurances have just taken a major step forward, and we'll explain that in a separate video. But also, and perhaps more importantly, we're going to work better or work more towards our charitable initiatives and our community initiatives. So we've always been big on community. We've always been big on the sort of important things that matter to all of us in our local communities. And we want to make sure martial arts does whatever it can to better influence local communities. So there's a couple of projects and programs we currently have in a sort of pilot beta testing stage with a handful of selective clubs. And they are completing or nearing completion now. So we will be ready to unleash them to you all very shortly. These programs cover a huge section of community and sort of community issues. The big one, which you all know we're involved in, is the Knife Free campaign, which we do, or we're signposted to from the Home Office. We're going to launch our own separately branded campaign named Ditch the Blade. And the idea in doing that is to sort of build on the successes we've had with the Home Office's Knife Free campaign and actually to produce something that we can all work on constructively together as an association where we can move forwards and sort of move it around as we please without needing to sort of tie that into the Home Office's work. The second is a scholarship program, which is going to see students from disadvantaged backgrounds all the way through the martial arts training, from first time sort of in the dojo all the way through to instructor status, free of charge. So we're going to work to get people onto the mats, children from young people from impoverished backgrounds onto the mats, and we're going to pay for their training from day one all the way until a year on as a registered licensed instructor when they're sort of 18, 19, 20 plus. That's a really exciting one, and we're trialing it now and it's working really, really well, and it ties into our work on the Knife Free campaign. We have a number of other projects in the making. We have LGBTQI projects we're working on. We have Punch Like a Girl, which is going to be about changing perceptions about women and girls in martial arts and sort of getting more women into martial arts training, because we know at the moment they account for around about sort of 12% of participants, and that's not enough. There's another number of projects in the background. We will unleash all of these to you all. We'll make it all available to you all as soon as we can, and we're hoping to do that within the next couple of months. It's taken a little bit of a slowdown because of the new office here and the new team we're training up. But once they're in place, and the office obviously is now in place, we're free to get out to you as quickly as we can. It will be free of charge. All the programs will be completely free of charge to every single instructor we have on our books. You won't pay a penny to access the Knife Free campaign, the scholarship program, the Punch Like a Girl program, the anti-bullying programs. They will be available to you and your club without charge. But like I say, we'll update you all individually on sort of the individual programs as and when they're available to you all. The other thing we've been working really hard on since January, and it's very nearly complete now as well, is instructor qualifications. So a lot of you are saying you want documented qualifications, your level 1, your level 2 coaching through us. And we're pleased to announce that that is, again, very nearly complete now. So the course material has been completed, the material which we're teaching and that you're learning is pretty much ready now, and we're awaiting the final bits of sign-off. Now, we appreciate that a lot of you have got your fingers burnt in the past with other associations and their coaching qualifications where you're expected to pay gross amounts of money to attend a seminar or a course halfway across the country. And we're keen to make sure our sort of digital and modern approach to associationship reaches you all through your coaching qualifications as well. So we're very pleased to announce the coaching qualifications, the level 1, level 2, again, will be completely free of charge to every single registered member of our association, and all your assistant instructors and your trainee instructors will be able to access them as well. And it's all going to be completely online and vocational. Our sort of thinking behind this is, you know, we're talking to you now via video, via podcast. What is the difference between you receiving your tuition via video, via e-course and doing your sort of assessments online, and attending in person? It's the same content, it's the same people, it's the same sort of visuals. The only difference is it will save you about £400 or £500. and you can do it in your own time as well, so it's a geographical time restrictions, etc. don't count. So level 1, level 2 will be available very, very shortly. Thank you to those of you who know it's coming and have been really patiently awaiting it. We know you're sort of chomping at the bit to get your hands on it, but it is very, very nearly there. And again, just like the charitable programs, we hope to have them available within the next couple of months at tops. The content, the videos, the sort of resources are all ready. We're just waiting for some sort of final bits of legal sign off, etc. And again, we'll update you with a podcast or a vlog when the qualifications are ready, so you can find out a bit more about what it's all for. So that's it at the moment. The association is just growing so rapidly. We've been behind the curve, but we are keen to break out of this sort of perpetual motion of trying to catch up, which is what we're doing here. We've got angel investors who are interested in backing the association's future growth. We haven't committed yet, purely because it's a community organisation. We need to consult with you guys. We need to be completely clear on what's involved before we do it. But rest assured, the important thing here is things are going in the right direction for all of us. And over the next 6 months to a year, we're going to see some really exciting changes. We're already seeing ourselves showing up in the Telegraph, BBC Radio, etc. Our awards and recognition we're picking up we're incredibly grateful for, but continues to grow. The charitable partnerships we have with people like End Child Poverty, the Anti-Bullying Alliance, Sport and Recreational Alliance continues to develop. It's a really exciting time to be a member, and we know that the last couple of weeks have been a bit hectic and we've gone a bit quiet on the social media front. But really, now we have this office here set up and established, whilst we're just sort of playing catch up from the last couple of weeks of transition, and we have a team to recruit and train up here. We are now in the final stages of a sort of a fairly turbulent part of our association's sort of setup and growth. And when we come out of it in the next few weeks, the next month or two, there's going to be some really exciting developments for all of you. So keep your eyes on our social media. We always update social media before we update anyone else. We will be clearing the backlog of registration, students, etc. If you have anything outstanding and you want to chase it up, you are very welcome to drop us an email. We'll gladly do so. We'll gladly chase it up for you, and we will update you all with our new contact details and the new office address, etc. over the next couple of days.